Hello, y'all. I'm back on this exercise bike. So, this video is going to be about texting and the narcissist. Texting is a major red flag, y'all. And I mean, I know you've seen this in other videos on some level talking about texting, or maybe you haven't heard about it in other videos. However, let's go over texting. So, you meet someone and they begin with phone conversations. So there's a lot of phone conversations initially, right? And at some point, as you begin to kind of see a couple of red flags, your schedule won't allow you to have very long phone conversations for hours and hours every night. Because remember, the narcissist wants to take up a lot of your time, not caring about your schedule. So after a month or two in, the narcissist has canceled an event that you were supposed to go to. So suddenly you start getting texts late at night. So a text comes in about almost midnight and it asks, "Are you up?" Okay. And then you don't respond because maybe you are not up, or your boundary is such that you're not going to reply because this person had all day to contact you. And I'm reading this from the text message. That's why you hear the phone, right? So this person has had all day, all morning, all afternoon, all evening to make contact with you. So you're being tested. So when someone that you've only known a couple of months sends their first text to you, or even if they made the first call. But in this instance, we're talking about texting. So when they make that first text to you at almost midnight, your temperature is being checked. Okay, so this person wants to know in so many words, can they contact everyone else all day and wait until almost midnight to call you? And this is someone that has not been in your life more than even 2 months. Okay, you may have only seen this person twice in person. The first day you met the person, and maybe you went out and met up at one place and got something to eat or something. So, okay, what I do in these situations, because remember, I hold myself accountable to my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to give you advice that I don't take. So since this person did not contact me all day, all afternoon, all evening, when they asked me, was I up? Considering the amount of time that I've known this person, which is no more than a couple of months, when they said, "Are you up?" I didn't reply. So then this continues. So 10 o'clock the next morning, the person says, "Dinner today, movies today," however way you want to word it, okay? And they put a question mark. I don't reply. And then about an hour and a half later, I get a text saying, "Text back." So this is the red flag here with this situation. This person's acting narcissistic. Text back. Why don't they contact me and make a call, right? So keep this in mind. Your texting relationships will go nowhere. I don't care how you dress it up or how you want to make it something that it's not. Somebody that's not willing to pick up the phone and call you, they ain't looking for much. This is almost worse than somebody sending you emails. Okay. And the reason I say that is you could type a lot more in an email. So, first boundary is this: when someone has began phone communication, I'm talking about actually talking on the phone, where y'all talking 2, 3, 4 hours, and then that cuts back. the relationship that you have with this person is already going downhill. Keep this in mind, it's going downhill way before it's even got started, right? Because you want your relationships to grow. So, whatever you're doing, you want it to increase or become more consistent on some level, right? And early on in situations, you want to set boundaries. It is not okay for someone to go all day, all afternoon, and all evening. This particular person, they work on the road, y'all. This is not a person that's in a government building working. They're not in a warehouse. This particular individual works a business where they're on the road. So, in between rides and deliveries and things like that, this person could have contacted me by phone, right? So, this person is showing a sense of entitlement. Also, they're testing me by testing my boundaries to just contact me at midnight, almost midnight, right? And I didn't play into that. So, and keep this in mind, none of these texts was I addressed by my name. Pay attention to that too, y'all. What this shows is that this person is not identifying you as a human, right? So, it's just like if you send your sister or brother a text. You may say, "Hello, sis. Hello, big brother. Hello, little brother. Hello, baby sis." You may address this person. Okay, so these texting situations, y'all, stop texting people. I didn't reply to none of this because this is narcissistic. And I'm not looking for relationships with people that do not know how to communicate. Remember, when a narcissistic person or a narcissist does not get what they want fast enough, they begin the devaluation process. So that begins through the text messages. If somebody don't care enough to pick up their phone and ask you where you want to go, you're not very important. And for ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to become more important by replying to these texts and giving into this kind of communication. Ain't you tired of being in situations where there's no real bond there? There's no real bond here. It's nothing I'm going to be able to feel reading this text. It's nothing. It's no real bond here. That's the thing that you missed when you were with narcissists. You were in relationships where there was no life there. Okay, so here it is, another situation where it's no life. I already know I'm not going to be able to do nothing with this person, y'all. For one, this individual is too old to be changed. Number two, there's some lacking in spirituality with this individual. And when I mention spirituality, I mean prayer time, going out to religious events and stuff like that. I mean, it just ain't going nowhere. So this is my suggestion overall. Do not build relationships based on texting. It just won't work. You got to view this texting as a form of disrespect. You got to view this texting as a form of devaluation. You got to view this texting as a red flag. You got to start looking at what you really want out of future relationships. And it doesn't have to be intimate relationships. Don't you want a real friend? Don't you want real friends where you actually talk to them over the phone? I have several real friends I talk to over the phone. I just left someone's house visiting with them. I just met with a young person and a young man in the neighborhood, and we were conversing about advice for his future. I mean, these are the things I did. I ignored these texts because I'm too busy living real life, y'all. When I look back on my situation with my ex narcissist years ago, that was one of the first red flags. He's actually the one that brought me into this texting world because I thought it was so cute that we sent all these, you know, cuddle bear texts, texts with the hearts, text saying, "How was your day today?" while they use your nickname. Texts where I would even write poems. Texts where my ex, in some sense, he even became a little poetic when it came to doing his own quotes. These are the type of texts that would go back and forth. Am I in that situation right now today? No. Because at the end of the day, it just won't work. I spent hours and hours on the phone with my ex. However, what the texting did was made it so much easier for this person to ghost you, discard you. They can do a lot of emotional damage through that text. So this person didn't make a call, sent these 3 texts. Am I up? Am I going to the dinner or these movies? Telling me to text back. I didn't text back. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm just not looking for relationships with narcissistic people that lack the main thing that you need in any successful friendship or intimate relationship or business relationship. That is the ability to communicate and to not shy away from communication. And remember this, a lot of times they texting because if you didn't come through as a supply fast enough, they got supply sitting right there with them. So instead of you being the person that they picking up the phone to call, they're going to switch you around and you're going to be the text buddy now. Because someone else temporarily filled the shoes as a supply source that they're around in person. Don't play into this. I'm telling you, if you can start controlling these texting relationships, you will avoid a lot of narcissists, y'all. They just don't have good intentions. Somebody that really cared about you, that's inviting you somewhere, that just met you within the last 2 months, they're going to call you. And I have not seen one situation where a situation began like this and it ended up happily ever after. That's just not the outcome. Common sense is not going to end up happily ever after because there's no communication. This is no communication, y'all. These 3 texts mean nothing. And so start listening to what I'm saying and developing strength in this area. You need people that are willing to contact you and call you. That's the bottom line. Set boundaries early on. The message I'm sending to this person in so many words, I'm letting this person know, no, it's not okay to contact me at almost midnight and ask me, am I up? And you tried and attempted no valid communication all day. We're almost going into the next day. Asking me about a movie and dinner, no. After you've already didn't make the last movie and dinner. The person didn't make the last one. And so, see, you got to think about that. Why you keep scheduling stuff and they didn't even make the last outing? And then this is also this to ask me movies and dinners today. The last time we had a plan, this is a person that has expressed that they like to do things on short notice. But that may not be too cool when you first meet people, y'all. Spontaneous things, save those for people that have already been in your life. Be careful the status and the privileges that you give new people. And the reason you need to be careful of that, because these are the new narcissists that are coming in your life. Beware of them. Don't reply to these text messages. You're looking for empathetic people with great communication skills that have the ability to communicate in a real way. You're not looking for this. And the reason I'm going to tell you you're not looking for that, because that's why you're listening to this video. Because you're here to learn and to listen and to give your input in these comments as to what will work better. And I have enough experience to tell you this, it won't work. Someone that starts out with heavy communication over the phone, and then when they don't get what they want, they start texting you almost at midnight, not addressing you by your name. It's no good coming out of that. And that's fine. They could text all day long. But one thing this person can't do is roll up to my house or drive up to my residence, because they don't know where I live. So stop doing that too. Letting these new people know where you live. So when things go wrong and they want to have this so-called texting situation with you, at least you're not in a stalking situation. And this advice is for men and women. So be careful. Stop responding to this. They don't want nothing, y'all. This ain't somebody, whether they be male or female, they're not looking for no healthy relationship with you. Somebody that's looking for a healthy relationship with you, they're not texting you all this crap. And then sending these texts, and then at almost 11:30 a.m. telling me to text back. Like telling me to text. Like basically what this person is saying is, you need to communicate in a bad way just like I do. I'm texting you all this bull crap, and you need to be just as dysfunctional as me. That's what they're saying when they say text back. That's all, just text back. Like just giving out an order, ordering me around, because I got to communicate bad too, y'all. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm communicating through this video so that y'all can avoid these type of situations and get in better situations. Don't take yourself through this. These are situations that are going nowhere. These people don't even make good friends, y'all. People that do this type of stuff, they don't even make good associates. They just don't. They won't and they don't. Free yourself of this by not being a texter. If y'all look back at these relationships that you had with these narcissistic people, y'all was texting. A lot of y'all life was threatened through these text messages. A lot of y'all was threatening the narcissist through this texting. We're not in war times where we need to communicate through a text, because if someone hears us over the phone, we're going to be harmed or injured. Okay, so please like, share, and subscribe. Do not do this to yourself. Just don't do it. And Be careful, y'all. And I'm encouraging you to build healthy relationships that do not involve texting. Okay? That's what I'm encouraging. Don't do it. It's just not worth it, y'all. You gotta nip these things in the bud and fix these things in the very beginning. That was the initial problem with these narcissistic people. It was how it started out in the beginning, y'all. That's the problem. It was the very beginning. It was the night that they decided you would be a good supply for them because they were allowed to not contact you during the day, afternoon, or evening, but they could text you at almost midnight and say, "Are you up?" And what you did, you picked up your phone and called when they text you that. Then one night, this man or woman texts you at midnight, and next thing you know, now y'all in the bed. Now you got a soul tie with a narcissist. Now you're bonded with a narcissist. Now you're wrapped up in this relationship that's not going to go nowhere. It all began with that boundary. Then next thing you know, they texting you, just like this individual did here, and they're asking you where you want to go with a question mark. But see, I don't reply to any of this. Okay. I would rather communicate on my YouTube than deal with this. My people and subscribers and individuals, their comments that they leave are worth more to me than this text. If I'm going to communicate through typing, I could just get on here and do a video and y'all can just put a comment. Why would I be communicating and making a big deal about this and this person actually has my phone number? Somebody that has your phone number, y'all, should be doing much, much better than this. You deserve so much better than this. And so I'm just here to give you more advanced insight of a better way to do these things and the best way to do it to free yourself from future drama. And what I did, I didn't engage in it. I'm not getting ready to tell nobody that's even more mature and older than me that they need to pick up their phone and call. If they parents and guardians and people that raised them did not teach them that, that's not my problem. Stop telling people what they need to do and stop replying and playing into it. Narcissistic people are game players, y'all. They just always testing you. They're always testing to figure out who they can screw over, who they can cancel out on, who they can do rain checks on, who they can text at almost midnight and is going to take the bait. I was up at almost midnight on a live with another YouTuber that I view. That's what I was doing. I was already busy. Okay, I don't have time for this. And don't you make time for it. Texting relationships, discard those relationships in the very beginning, and it will save you a lot of drama, and it will save you years and years of pain that's going to come your way. Because at the end of the day, if you get yourself involved with this, you see how I just knew to ignore this and I knew that this was toxic, right? I'm going to end up having to discard at some point anyway, or this narcissist is going to be ignoring my text because I got myself involved in this bad communication. I don't want bad communication. And so I'm on this channel to help you also and give you a better way to do things. Don't reply because you're going to end up not replying to it anyway. Because in the long run, this man or woman that's doing this to you is going to continue to show you how bad they really communicate. A lot of these narcissists need to text because if you have too many conversations with them, they're going to have a bad attitude anyway. Or they're going to be just so self consumed with themselves, you're never going to be able to build a real companionship anyway. Get out of these situations early. This person don't care. They just don't. Start looking at people like that. They just don't care, y'all. And you can't make somebody that prefers to text while they got another piece of supply that came through quicker than you did. You're not going to convince them to do it any other way. You just got to know the game by now. That's the thing. Your position is to know the game and stay out of these type of games. And I had a wonderful day. I'm on my YouTube video right now, and I actually communicated with people over the phone and in person. No texting. And that's the way I want to do things because I'm looking for real live human beings, not for narcissists, sociopaths, and psychopaths that want to play games that's trying to pull people into their web and ultimately destroy them. And then they're just setting a bad example. You want people to emphasize on your great traits. So if you're a communicator, you want to be around other great communicators. Okay? Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. And I love y'all so much. I hope this suggestion helped, okay? Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And share this video. Bye.